What's up, everybody? Welcome back to On the Warpath. This is Sanchez 405 with you. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. And as always, like, comment, share this video out because we're talking Washington football team all the time. And we've got the super fan here, the ultimate fan. We've got Hog Farmer Chris with us. And Chris, it's a pleasure to have you on here. How you doing, my friend?
What's up, Corey? It's glad to be on, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you. And we're going to dive in. We're going to do two parts. Typically, I talk all football team with my guests, but we're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to talk about what the Hog Farmers are doing. You all have a new member going through the process, too. So we're going to get into that as well. But first of all, before we get started, OTAs, man. A lot of people were worried about number 99 not showing up. And guess who showed up at the last minute on Twitter today? Chase Young was in there. Were you worried at any point about Chase not being there when he needed to be there?
Not at all, man. To me, it wasn't that big of a deal. It got blown out of proportion. He didn't have to be there, so he wasn't. He was probably training at home, training with his people. So it wasn't that big of a deal to me.
I think his mom is his trainer because she don't play, so I know she's going to make sure he was going to be ready. So
I'm going to make sure he's ready,
right? Yeah. And Antonio Gibson too. He talked about he's still having issues with that turf toe, something that can linger on for a little bit. But he was in practice and he was practicing with them. Do you think that that's going to be something to worry about right now, or would you be more worried in maybe July or closer to the season starting?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be worried about it until probably preseason to see when he gets to have action. But I know historically turf toe can, linger a long time. So, I mean, I'm sure he's worried about it, but he wants to get back out there.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see him back out there. And this is really going to be the first time a lot of us are going to see folks like Antonio Gibson because we didn't get there. I think you all were at the Giants game last season and talk about what that was like just to see them in that limited capacity. What was it like to be at FedEx Field during that game?
I mean, it was limited fans. So, the ultimate experience is just sharing that time with a lot of fans. So it wasn't that great in that aspect. But let me tell you, Chase Young, that's a big sucker in real life. Big in real life. So when you see him in person, you're like, golly. So it was cool to see him in person, because not a lot of fans have got to actually see him because of COVID last year. But, I mean, it was awesome. The one game I went to, when Terry hit that slant and caught the ball and broke through everybody, he ran right down in the end zone with us and did a little point at us, and it was pretty awesome.
And you mentioned Terry, and they've done a lot to get him some help. The wide receiver core was kind of a little lackluster last year, but we've added some guys on there: Curtis Samuel, De'Ami Brown, Adam Humphries as well. Talk about what you think about these guys and the toys that they're giving Ryan Fitzpatrick to play with here in 2021.
I saw some reports today that the wide receiver coach said, he's like extremely excited. They got talent on deep threat. I mean, a little bit of everything. So, I mean, I'm excited to see him. We haven't had this much talent, on paper. We say they're good since with Deshaun Jackson and Garcon and Kirk Cousins was slinging the ball to him. So, I'm excited. We needed that. Our offense was, not the best in the talent area, but it seems like they improved drastically. So I'm excited to see Ryan Fitzpatrick sling the ball.
I think this has the potential to be probably the best receiving core that we've had in 20 years. If just with the youth and the potential on there, you mentioned Garcon and Crowder and Jackson that 1 year in 2016, but yeah. I think these cats could actually do it. And what position group are you looking for outside the wide receiver? What we mentioned. What position group excites you that you can't wait to see? I guess maybe come training camp, and since it's going to be in Richmond and fans going to be there.
I would say I got two.
Okay.
My first is always I'm a big offensive line guy, so I'm looking forward to see what we let Morgan Moses go So we were filling in the gaps there, and so I'm excited to see what a lot of these new guys we got and see what they can offer, and the rookie Cosme, and two, the linebacker core is one of the weaker spots. People say in the defense last year, and we got the first round pick. So I'm excited to see what them boys going to do, fly around on the defense. We'll see what Davis got.
Yeah, hey man, he comes from that military background, and you being a Marine, thank you for your service, sir. You gotta be excited. You gotta be excited for somebody like that, Jamin Davis. Like it just seems like this kid is so well put together, and what they're talking about on OTAs and everything. And a lot of people are like, he got drafted a little high. My opinion is you can't trust Jack and Ron to find you the right linebacker. There's something wrong with that picture. That's the one thing I'm like, okay, they drafted linebacker. All right, what's the next pick?
Yep. It was kind of like on draft day. Everybody, when his name came across the screen, everybody was kind of like, Jamin Davis, huh? But I mean, hey, Ron Rivera has proven that he's drafting and bringing guys in that are well rounded on and off the field. So I mean, we have nothing but to trust him.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's kind of morphed this team into his own image. I've been reading a lot in the blogs, and you can get lost in those things. And I thought it was an interesting comment. Somebody said, Ron doesn't like veterans. I'm like, because, Ryan Kerrigan, Morgan Moses
are veterans.
They are veterans. Yeah, there are veterans who've been here a long time. The status quo. You bring in Charles Leno, who's a veteran. I think now, do you think that maybe points to more of the culture shift? And not saying that these guys were bad guys, because I don't think neither Morgan or Ryan were, but just, when a new boss comes in there and everything, they're going to make some moves that they're going to be more comfortable with.
Yeah, I just think it just comes down to football. So in Ryan's case, he was towards the end of his career, and we had a good depth and youth in that position for him. So he just let him go. And then Morgan, I don't know, that was kind of more of a shocker to me, but it just seems like through OTAs and what they've seen so far, they can, it just looks like he really likes people that can play multiple positions on that, especially the offensive line. So we've got a couple guys can play multiple positions, and Morgan, I guess, wasn't that, and maybe a little mixture of his contract and what he was expected to get. I don't know. We're just fans. We're just falling on exactly why he let him go. But that would be my opinion.
What Ron's favorite phrase now is position flex. So I guess if you can't, I guess Fitzpatrick might be playing punter or something here pretty soon. You were voted best home gate out there in the red lot last year. So I know you're always at these home games. Which home games, I guess outside the NFC East games, are you looking forward to being at this year?
Home games? Oh, we got some tough home games.
I know.
To be honest with you, I'm not looking forward to any of them, to be honest with you. When Patrick home comes to town, I ain't looking forward to him. When Tom Brady's coming. So I don't know. I look forward to all of them, really, but we got some tough home games, so we're gonna have to show up and show out.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess if I give you an answer, I say week 1, because week 1 is always the hypest.
Yeah, that's true. And we got to make sure it doesn't look like a college game. I went to the Giants game back in 2019, and it looked like I was at a college stadium, because they had all this blue behind the Giants bench, and I was sitting there like, it's like, what is this? So,
I mean, that's been the routine over the last couple of years, but I mean, that comes with, from losing. So a lot of fans come out of it. But I expect a packed house of burgundy and gold come week 1. I tell you that.
Okay. And what's on the menu for week 1?
Well, what do you mean specifically?
Well, what's on the menu? You got the best home game. I got to know what's on the menu, man.
What are we going to be doing?
Yeah, what's food? What you gonna be serving up?
Oh, we playing something in the red zone lot, and I don't know exactly. Tailgating.
Okay.
together. It gets a lot. It takes a lot to do that.
I know that's right. Hey, so y'all see, he keeps it. You're good. You're good poker play. You keep them cards too close to your chest. I was trying to get it. Big boy like me, I got nowhere to eat, Sar.
No, sir. We'll share when the time gets closer.
Okay.
To everybody.
So you mentioned about like years that we've had of losing everything. So 3 years ago today, the Washington Capitals won the Stanley Cup. How long do you think it's before we get one from the Washington football team? Do you think we're too far off from that with how Ron's building this team and the players that they're bringing in?
Man, it's a cycle every year. I'll just be honest with you, man. It's a cycle every year, and I always, I'm a huge fan, so I get sucked into the cycle. Off season, on paper, we got a contending team. We might not be a Super Bowl, right? So I would just say right now, I feel like we got a great team. So I mean, I hope we can get up to that Super Bowl. And if we do, oh my gosh, you'll never hear that number from me.
Ooh, Lord, and it's gonna be in LA this year. Good night and daytime. So I'll ask you one last football question. So we're getting ready. Next month it'll be a year since we made the transition to the Washington football team. And of course, there's been surveys out and everything. Do you have a particular name that you like, that you want, or are you cool Washington football team, or you just gonna wear it? As long as they don't change the colors, I'm good.
As long as they don't change the burden and gold, I'm
my
good.
Man. But my man.
Jason said he wasn't, they want to stick to the colors, and he came out and said that. But
right.
I mean, I don't. The football team. I'm good with people saying Washington, but over time, I went to the draft day party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I went in the store. And usually when I go in the store, I come out with a bag of stuff. This time I didn't come out with nothing because the merchandise is so bland. It doesn't, it doesn't stick out. So I mean, that's why a little downside of the football team. But I'll say it's as close as, if we keep it Washington football team, that's closest to what's what we once had, right? Which was Redskins. But I don't. If we change it to something else, I really don't care. I don't have no control over it. I'm still gonna be a fan of the team. I'll adjust accordingly, and we're gonna keep rocking.
That's right. Hey, you and I got the same mentality on that. I'm like, hey, this has been my team. I'm from the area. They always gonna be my team.
Yeah.
No matter what. And I mean, I became a team, like I never forget. I became a fan and like started watching in '98. So that was that 0-7 start, and I haven't deferred since then. So I know what you mean there. But we're going to talk about what you all are doing, the Hog Farmers, and some of the great stuff that you are doing with children with cancers, and just talk about a little bit what y'all are doing and what you've got planned here in 2021. We know COVID kind of fangled a lot of people's plans, so just talk about what y'all have envisioned for this year and what's been going on so far this year, halfway through.
We've been doing so much. I'll start with our new prospect, and Keith the Gray. Mm-hmm. He's a good guy. He's had a bad reputation in the past from his social media, but honestly, he's a great guy. He likes giving back to the community, and we've been looking at him for some time. So we think he'll be a good fit to the things we do in the community, not just being a fan. So we're looking forward to bringing him to the team and what he can help us with. Mm-hmm. Here recently, what is today? Today is Monday. Saturday, we picked up a nice crafted custom wooden table from Chase Roulier, our starting center.
Okay.
And we donated it to a cancer family in Maryland. So we drove up there and we donated an AC unit to them because it's getting hot and they needed one. So we went and did that, which is really awesome. Got to see my buddy Kyle. He was battling. He's in remission now from cancer, so he's doing a lot better. But it was good to see him. As far as what we do, like I said, we're a nonprofit charity organization. We have a million things going on. We have our side snap T-shirts that we get to the kids. We send them boxes. like the ultimate goal is just to get them sidetracked from what they're dealing with. It's like far as chemotherapy treatment and all the pains and stuff. So the ultimate goal is just to get them sidetracked, get them, enjoy when they get a toy. Every kid likes toys
Right.
and then supporting their families, because cancer can put a big burden on you financially, so families as a whole. So we like to help to support their families as well, whether it's gas or food or special cases, we might go outside the box and do some other things for them.
Okay.
But yeah, man, currently we haven't put anything out yet, but we're going to do an event on training camp
Awesome.
in the morning. Now we're going to have some pretty cool prizes for that, to include probably some week 1 tickets.
Okay.
First on the Warpath.
All right. Hey, that's breaking news, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Watch out now.
Yeah, it hasn't been so if anybody, we're gonna be putting it out soon. So you come to that if you come down to training camp to support us. Besides that, we're just getting ready for the season, man. And, during the season, most of us try to go to all the games, so it's full speed ahead.
Yeah, man. I was kind of looking at some of the neat things you did, and if folks want to give to help you all out and help out these kids in need, how can they do that?
There's multiple ways you could give back. If you just wanted to make a monetary donation, you could open our website at www.hogfarmerscharity.com. If you want to feel more invested in your giving, we have our store where you can purchase the shirts that we give to the kids, and we're working on a program now with Keith, actually, to where he's going to be interacting with the people that donate the shirts. They will be able to see what kids they go to, right?
Awesome.
So that's a cool thing. Or we have boxes, the care boxes that we send out, and you can buy one of those, and we'll send it to the kid as well. So there's multiple ways to donate. So we appreciate any and everybody's donations that has ever came, or it will continue to come. So we really thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. And you all started this back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yep, 2018.
So just talk to me about the genesis of that. I mean, it's fairly new, 3 years in, but talk to the genesis. How did this just come about when you all were thinking about this Hog Farmers Charity?
So the idea came almost about 4 years. It's been about 4 years, but really it was four guys, and we were in a group chat, just talking about starting the season. So I bought these bibs right here, plain pair of bibs, and I said, I think I'm gonna wear these to the game or preseason or whatever like that. One of the guys in there just said, "You look like a farmer." He said, "You look like a farmer." One of those things. You look silly, So we laugh, and then one other guy said, "You look like because we were talking about giving back to the community in some way." He said, "What about a hog farmer? You look like a hog farmer." And I was like, "I like that. I kind of like that, right?" Yeah. So that's pretty much how it started. Everybody was just throwing out stuff, and we were like, "Yeah, that's kind of a cool name." So we started with the Hog Farmer. And like I said, we always wanted to give back to the community. So our inspiration at the time was a young little girl named Abby, and her dad and mom have a foundation called Abby's Army. They're out of North Carolina, which they are a great organization. So we did a fundraiser for them. Met Abby, got to know their family, and it's just like one of those things when you're in that moment and when you see kids and when they're hurting, and then see that you can help them not hurt, even if it's for a moment. It'll really catch your heart. So it caught our hearts, and we decided, like, hey, we're going to do pediatric cancer. That's what we're going to do. And ever since then, I think we're at $65,000, maybe close to 70. A bit of time. We actually officially became a 501c3 2 years ago. So over the 2 years, we raised that much money, and it's taken off a lot. We got a lot of support, and mostly, people like you, Corey, and our fellow fans that just, like to do good things and just support, good cause.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I mean, it's so awesome to see what you all are doing, and that's my cat appreciates you all too, by the way. But it's awesome to see not only that you all are putting your passion for this team, because that I think that's secondary, and I think y'all would, but the passion y'all have for helping folks is awesome. And I think it goes in line with what the culture of the organization is trying to do now. And you guys have been doing it for this long. So I encourage all my supporters to go out there and donate, because every gift helps. I know that, being in fundraising myself. So y'all go out and do that. I'm going to be giving to you all too here this week, and I want that to go and help Kid, my fiance, and we're going to send y'all a little something. So we appreciate you, Chris, and all you guys that are out there doing it. And just keep it up, and we can't wait to see you guys out there back at FedEx Field this year. Red Lot, he won't tell us. He did give us breaking news. He gave us breaking news about what they're going to do at training camp, but he did not tell us what's on the menu just yet.
Not yet, not yet. So long. We got June, July, August. We got 3 months, man. So everything's preliminary. I don't want to say something and then it doesn't happen.
Right.
Trust me, we gonna make sure everybody. Hey, you come to the Red Zone line. We gonna make sure everybody have a good time, man, because that's not really what it's about.
Yeah.
A lot of times, when the team isn't doing the best, the tailgates or what you look forward to. Kicking it with fans. Doing some crazy, hanging out, doing stuff like that. So can't wait.
Yeah, hey, we can't wait to see you out there. But y'all, this is Hogfarmer Chris, co-president of the Hog Farmers Charity, Washington super fan, best fan follow, and best fan home gate. So y'all go check him out, and we appreciate you. And as always, love, peace, and hail. And I'll be talking to y'all real soon. We're out.